So now we've got our baseline dyno out the way, we can start in this car. First thing we're going to do is the clutch. It's usually what we do. We're just got to let it cool down a little bit more after the runs. We'll see what it looks like. It should be just 100% stock clutch right now. The one we're putting in it is a FX300 with the Nachi bearing. So this is the master rebuild kit we sell in the store. It comes with everything you're going to need to rebuild your shifter, including the foam, the rubber boot, and the retainer clip. So this is something that makes a huge difference. Important tip here, make sure you heat up that ball in some hot water. Don't make it boiling, just nice and warm so it's flexible and it won't crack. We supply enough Furora grease to put it back together, and this is one of those things that I get so much feedback from people. I get emails and messages and people tell me how much they appreciate us putting this kit together. I mean, we're selling you the kit, but I do appreciate getting that kind of feedback. And then people tell me, hey, this is one of the best things I've done to the car. And I'm not mechanical, but I did it in the garage, followed your video, and I'm super happy. So hopefully this gives you a few tips, but huge difference. Rebuild your shifter, even if it's got 50,000 miles on it. You do this, it tightens it up, feels fantastic. These are the shift boots we sell in the store. These are genuine leather. They're obviously thicker material than the factory one. A few people have commented that they're a little fiddly to get on. I answer questions as much as I can and give you guys tips how to put these on. But one thing I've noticed, you see this area, there's a few of them that this is a little longer than the other side, which this distance above the holes should be closer to this side right here. Well, I'm going to go through the batch that we have. I didn't think about it. I do this when I install ours, but I'm going to go through our batch and do it to everyone that I can see. But what you want to do is trim the bottom of it. So it's like this, because this has to sit in those little pins, and then this material curves up, and then the retaining ring holds it down. If it's too thick, if there's too much of it, you basically can't get that clip back on. There's too much material here. Use some good quality scissors or shears or whatever you want to call them, and basically try and match that distance all the way down here. That's if I don't do it for you. I'm going to try and do these just so you don't have to, but just some good quality scissors will cut this stuff. I mean, it's genuine leather, and you can feel the difference between cutting this and vinyl and such. These are so good, I bought a set for the house too. You can cut pretty much anything with these. We use vacuum tube, water tube, hose, even silicone connectors, and of course leather. Fantastic, definitely worth the investment. That little tab there, we'll just cut that. You don't want to get too close to this hole, because these holes are basically what holds it in. When you see it in the car, it curves around like this. But hopefully that gives you an idea. These holes, they're stamped, so the hole placement is correct, but there isn't a lot of give on leather material, so sometimes it'll feel like they're off a little bit. You just got to kind of play with it. It's not bad. It's a little fiddly. If you're up north, it's freezing cold, take the center console out, take it in your house, let this get up to temperature. If it's room temperature, it might stretch a little bit, might give, might make it a little bit easier, but hopefully that gives you an idea. I want to go through the rest of them. There's another one right here. I'll spend the next few minutes getting these ready, so hopefully you don't have to, but hopefully you find that interesting. Let's get back to the video. Okay, so I got to bring this up here. This is a perfect example of a clean engine, someone that changes the oil. You see the aluminum, it's all nice and bright silver. It's not all stained and not gunky. It doesn't have black, greasy yuck in there. It doesn't look like it's bronze. That's another reason to change your oil, folks. I don't care what oil you use your favorite oil, use your best friend's oil. The guy that you met at the street races, the oil he uses, use that, whatever. Change the oil. Don't go that economist and try and go as far as you can on oil. You're not doing yourself any favors long term. Change your oil. This is a super clean engine. So nice to see this. I had to bring it to your attention. Just to make sure.
You gotta make sure.
Absolutely.
Ready?
Yep. Okay, so this car we finished, it's going back to Tennessee. So one of the things I wanted to tell you or address, I get this question all the time. When you ship a car to us, we like to be involved as much as we can once it gets here. If we can assist getting it off the truck, helping the driver unload it, such. Most of the time they're very careful. I've said this in the past. Their job is to transport cars. They don't want to put any marks on it. They don't want to do any damage, because the damage they cause could cost as much as their whole trip, which means it's completely a waste of time for them. And we have had a lot of cars here with really good success. We don't see hardly any issues, but we do like to assist loading the car, unloading it, anything like that. I try and treat the car the way I would want my car to be treated. As silly as it sounds, when you ship your car, you're kind of out of control. That's it, car's gone. Fingers crossed, hopefully everything's okay. If you have somebody that cares about it like you do, helps assist getting it on and off, I think it eases that feeling a little bit. I know it does for me, and I hope it does for our customers. So George put this car on the truck. Everything was good. It got back before Christmas.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of